Another action-packed edition of Sports Tonight has just kicked off from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. It's good to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan on the show tonight. We'll take a look at what's going on at the 21st edition of the African Athletics Championships right there in Asaba. Yesterday, there were so much talks, athletes being stranded in Lagos. Are we going to have a beautiful competition? But you know what? I knew the moment the gun goes off. Action all the way, and that's what everyone will be talking about. Team Nigeria looking good after day one action. Sheye Ogunlewe in the semis, Joy Udo Gabriel in the semis. Blessing Okagbare couldn't compete. She says, a doctor said, look, with the way you're feeling, you cannot compete. So the reason is on the health grounds. But the fans in Asaba, they said most of them came out to see Blessing run, and Blessing isn't competing. That one will get us talking on the show tonight as we take a look at some of the events that went down at the African Athletics Championships in Asaba. We'll also try to connect with an official of the championship. Let's really know what's going on. I have a look and feel of Asaba, and then find out if those athletes are now really ready to compete. But I can tell you authoritatively that Julius Yego, remember him, world javelin record holder, got into Asaba today with some of his other Kenyan athletes. So it's looking good for us to see some good competition. The chairman of the local organizing committee, Solomon Ogba, says it will be one of the best ever African Athletics Championships, that the CAA will have enough materials when marketing this competition, because of course Nigeria is a credible market. So Athletics Championships will get us talking on the show tonight. Wilder, Deontay Wilder, he's been talking. He says, look, don't mention Dillian White when you're talking about a boxer to give me. If you're not giving me Anthony Joshua, then I need to start doing something else. But at the end says, this guy is being too relaxed with signing a contract to fight Joshua. Is he scared? Tyson Fury popped up from nowhere. He says, look, I'm talking to Wilder. We're going to have a fight in December. So that boxing talk will get our attention on the show tonight. And of course, we'll find out what's going on in the transfer market. So much is going down in our world of sports. Sports Tonight on your award-winning, sports-loving Channels Television. I keep telling you guys, this is the fun factory. What are you doing? Just walk with us on this journey, and you're just going to have some fun. If you love speed, if you love to see talents on the tracks and field, then you should join us tonight, because this is what we're going to be doing as we take a look at day one of the African Athletics Championships right there in Asaba, Delta State. I want you to be part of the program. You guys started talking to us last night, but we needed to leave the program. But I'm going to take some of those comments on the show tonight. So continue where we stopped last night. Our feedback mechanisms are still the same on Twitter, Channels_sports, Facebook Channels-sports. Send us an email. It's very possible I want to hear from you. It's posttonight@channelstv.com. It doesn't end there. All our top stories can be viewed on our website, channelstv.com, and on YouTube/channelsweb. If you log on to m.channelstv.com, you should be able to download the Channels TV app for any of those devices you see right there on your screen, your iPad, your iPhone, your BlackBerry, your iOS, your Windows phones, and your Android phones can also do it. Just log on to m.channelstv.com, download the app, and you'll be part of the show tonight on the program. So we take a look at everything going on right there at the African Athletics Championship. Ethiopia, yes, they said, look, yes, we know we are in Nigeria, but we're not going to smile with anyone. And you know, with the long distance races, they're going to clash with the Kenyans. And Ethiopian won the first gold medal today in Asaba. We'll talk about it, but let's welcome Iniobong Monday. Iniobong, it's good to have you on the show.
Very good to be here, Austin. Yesterday was shambles. It was absolute shambles, and we're just glad that the competition has started. We're just happy that it's getting going, and it was a very bad advertisement for Nigeria. It was really sad, and I mean it's what happens in Nigeria. I mean, we get sloppy about things we shouldn't be, and but it is exciting because the tournament has started and the records are tumbling in already, and the tracks are being burned every minute, and it's quite exciting. The Ethiopians didn't come to look at how beautiful Delta State is. They came for business, and they look like they mean real business.
They mean real business, because some countries use this sort of competitions to test their readiness for the big stage. So for them, the next one is the World Championships, and then, of course, Tokyo,
the Olympics.
Tokyo 2020. Yes, you mentioned administrators learning one lessons here and there. It's very important when you put a competition like this don't get carried away with someone breaks a record. And so go back and say, where didn't we get it right with protocol? Where didn't we get it right with logistics? How good was security? We need to start knowing those things. That's how we can rub shoulders with international competition.
Austin, what happens on the tracks at this tournament would be 30% in terms of if you're going to look at the tournament and say it's been hugely successful. What happens on the track would be 30% because the rest of the things that happen around it, in and around it, would be very key. The transportation, we've talked about it so many times, the logistics, the security. I mean, how can people come from outside Nigeria and be sleeping at the airport? It doesn't, it didn't just make any sense. And we knew all the while that we're organizing this competition, all the while. So, but Austin, I'm looking at the positives. I really want to look at the positives. I know Nigerians are carrying stones and throwing, but I'm looking at the positives.
We must talk about it. Positives for that guy right there. Ethiopia's Jamal Yima. Jamal Yima outclassed compatriots and Malak Belilu to win the men's 10,000 meters event. That's our first gold medalist. I said, oh, wait a minute, Jamal, you need to come the other way. 10,000, Ethiopia getting the first gold medal with that action all the way.
Not a big surprise if you ask me, not a big surprise by every stretch of the imagination, because the Ethiopians, the Ugandans, the Kenyans, the East Africans understand this particular game very, very well. And it wasn't a surprise when he crossed the finishing line, and quite amazingly, they got gold and they got silver as well. I mean, how they do this, I mean, you run 10,000 meters and you still have the energy to be standing and taking a lap of honor. You know, it's wonderful, and it does look like they're not going away so soon. And it's something that they've done over the time. And it's structure, Austin. We talk about this all the time. It's structure. They know this is where their area of competence is. They stick there. I don't think Ethiopian football is the biggest. I don't think Ethiopian wrestling is the biggest. They concentrate on the fact that this is something that they have an area of strength in.
So we cannot lose it.
And these are not the biggest names.
There you go.
These are not the biggest names. They've got bigger names than this, but they expose these people at this level because don't be surprised that this gentleman will be in the finals of the World Championship. Don't be surprised.
Name down, Jamal Yima. So they said to him, come go to Nigeria for some internship. Let's see what you can do. You mentioned structure. There was a time Nigeria was revered in the 100 meters, in the 200 meters, in the relays. And then suddenly...
We're frightening, Austin. We're really frightening those days. I mean, when you remember Deja Liu, you could see that they may not have won a lot of titles or in terms of laurels individually, but they were threats.
Chidimo.
When you see them on the tracks,
brothers.
Brilliant, Austin.
When they get on the tracks, you can't just but say, I have a Nigerian by my side.
But Austin, these days you're just hearing Blessing of Cabaret. And it ends there. It just ends there. I mean, Uchenna Medulu used to be up there with the very best.
But we can call names, but that's in the past. Did we burn down the structures?
Were there structures in the first place? That's a big question. Were there structures in the first place? Because also sometimes what we do is that we get athletes, because of the Nigerian spirit, because of the African spirit, who go out there and give everything and achieve things. And then we celebrate them. The administrators, with due respect to them, take all the credit. But over the years, it's proven that there's no structure in place whatsoever. Because if there were structures, people coming after the names we've just mentioned would have been burning the tracks now, would have been doing great stuff and wonderful exploits. But clearly there's no structures. There are no structures because the funding is still a problem. Facilities is still a big issue. Development of talents, massive issue. So we've got a long way to go. I mean, look at the South Africans. Look at the South Africans and what they're doing with the tracks. The South Africans used to go to the Olympics and do swimming and all of it. Now, look at Akani Simbine at this tournament. There's Caster Semenya. There's Wade Van Nicker, who's a world 400 meters world and Olympic champion.
Because Van Nicker is injured, watch out for a new name here. You talked about Ethiopia, same as Kenya. They've been ruling the long distance for a long time. And you mentioned structure, and I totally agree with you. Now, Kenya, they looked at it and said, they respect us on the tracks now. About field, there's Julius Yego now.
Austin, it's just amazing how the lesser known countries, and with due respect to the Kenyans and the Ethiopians, the Ugandans, it's just a shame that they are the ones setting the benchmark.
Ruling the world.
They're the ones showing the big countries on the African continent how to do things, how to work things, how to put structures on ground, how to make sure that the next generation is being blooded through. It's just sad, Austin, but I just want to enjoy this tournament, Austin. We just want to enjoy the records. We want to. We see Caster Semenya. We're looking forward to seeing the likes of Caster Semenya.
Also, Julius Yego touched down today. Julius Yego, by the way, is a world record holder in javelin. He's Kenyan also. So just in case you're saying, oh, they are known for just the long distance races. No, they are also doing other things to improve. And that's what structure can do. When you are winning, when you achieve success, you consolidate on it. And that's a big, big message to sports administrators in Nigeria. We must get better. Yes, Ethiopia won the first gold medal at the Asaba 2018 championships. Let's listen to the head of their delegation. He's pretty excited about the competition already.
I'm very, very happy. I feel very happy because we achieved a great result and this is a great achievement. And we are actually known with this distance running, but we were expecting this result, but we achieved it. That's why I am very happy for my country and for my team. It is very great. I expect that my team is strong and they will achieve the same result in 5,000 men and women and even in 10,000 women and other middle distance races. I expect that we will compete with very competent countries like Kenya and Uganda and others.
It should be an happy man. It's a very happy man right now. In Elbong, it wasn't just gold they won. Ethiopia also got silver, and then Uganda got third, the bronze medal. But it just told you that we're not done. We'll win 5,000. We'll win 10,000 women. You see, it's so confident. He knows.
That confidence, Austin, doesn't come from arrogance. That confidence comes from preparation.
Hard work.
It's something that they know that it's almost becoming like a birthright, and they understand that you've got to put enough preparation behind you. You've got to have so much hard work under your belt, and when you come to tournaments like this, there's very little expected of you other than gold. Everyone expects you to go out there, get the gold medal, get the silver medal, just be among the medals, and that's something the Ethiopians have built in the past 3 years. Haile Gebrselassie was a massive name coming from that part. Now today he sits down and sees his countrymen doing the nation proud. And I mean, he would be very proud, because if we're sitting down today and talking about Ethiopia and the long distances that they used to run, and the Haile Gebrselassie of this world would have been sitting down here and be saying, oh, Haile Gebrselassie. Now nobody's talking about Gebrselassie. He's a legend.
We're talking about the country.
I mean, he's done his part for the nation. We're talking about the country Ethiopia. It's the country is now in the spotlight, because the baton keeps changing. The baton keeps changing. They keep moving it on to the younger generation, and they keep. I mean, you hear the marathons in the world, the massive marathon, the New York marathon. The Ethiopians, the Kenyans, they are dominating it every single year. And Austin, I really hope, and because it's gotten to a point where you feel that you can only hope that things will be done better in this nation.
That's it. That's the hope. And while Haile Gebrselassie will be saying, I like what I see with my country, Chidi Imo back in the States will say, what's going on with athletics in Nigeria? Falila Tugunkoya, we wonder, is this the same country we represent and we're doing so well with athletics? Let's just hope that putting together a successful athletics championship in Asaba can give us that reawakening. Talk to our officials that, look, we need to get back to the glory days. Go back, open the books. Don't be ashamed about it. Retrace your step, find out where you went wrong, and then do it again. Is it the grassroots? Then go to the grassroots. Is it the schools? Go back to the schools. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, I'll tell you how Team Nigeria and the athletes did today at the championships in Asaba. Don't go anywhere. Stay.